Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a great day because we are finally headed to pick up the RX8. I know it felt like it was never going to happen, and there were definitely some doubters and some haters, but I'm here to tell you it's here and it's serious. I will tell you that. I have not seen this thing in person probably a year and a half. Last time I saw it, it was a bare shell that I had gutted myself. So I took everything factory out of it. It was a full car when I got it for 500 bucks with a, you know, one of the Renesis rotary motors that had basically hot start issues like they all do. And picked it up, brought it back to the house, started stripping it apart. And at that time, I really didn't know what my plan was with it. I was originally going to LS swap it, but I didn't want to be like everybody else. And we started tossing the idea around. I then decided that I was going to MZR swap it. But even at that point, I never thought the car would be as serious as it is now. My intentions at the beginning were to just swap the car, just have an engine swap in there, get a wiring harness and an ECU, get it up and running, and you know, drive it. Which has now turned into a full-on drag car, and you guys will see when we get there how nuts this thing is and how amazingly talented Tyler at Performance Design and Fabrication is. It's absolutely nuts how much of a master at his craft he is by the way everything looks. It looks that good in pictures. I cannot wait to see what it looks like in person. This video will probably be a little longer. We are going to be taking a deep dive into the car and showing you guys every little thing that I can and what he's been doing and what we got, what parts, and what's to come. So definitely stay tuned. It's not one that you want to miss. If you're new to the channel, definitely think about hitting that subscribe button. We're now working our way up to 20,000 subscribers, which is awesome. And if you guys are into racing content or car builds in general, you're in the right spot. Just a smaller channel trying to make it. So strap in, guys. We're gonna make our way down there, and we'll see you when we get there. Oh, little last minute end of the ride, little za action here. Little stuffed crust pizzaroni here.
Ooh.
Oh boy,
my lord,
I'm starving. Sick. Almost there. All right, we have made it. It's late, but I can't wait until the morning to see this, so I have to see it now. I was telling you guys how long the time frame's been. My boy Tyler has been crushing it. There's, you know, I consider this dude family. You know, everything that I explained to you guys in the video, like with COVID and him having to move shops and stuff like that, like that like crushed my heart, man. Like, I hate to see people struggle, but this dude did not let it beat him. Like, he dealt with what he had to deal with, stood back up, and he's full bore back at it. Like, as soon as my car's out of here, this dude's tackling like a 25 something cage on a truck. It's ridiculous. I mean, he didn't let it phase him at all. He just stuck his head down and drove through it, and just, we're here now, and he's got the car finished, and the pictures that he's been sending me is just ridiculous. I've shared a lot with you guys just because I was so hyped about it, and you guys have been asking for it a while. So we're gonna go inside. This is raw reaction. I have not seen the car yet. He knows I haven't seen it, so he's kind of excited for me to see it too. I know Corey's pumped, Vince is pumped. Last time he's
ready?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, last time we've seen it was
it was 2 years for him, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
When
So
we picked up from guy's house.
it's been a while. So let's go inside.
Let's go.
Let's check this thing out.
A lot of capabilities in here.
You got the whole fat table and everything?
Yeah, buddy, I share a shop or space
Oh my god.
Yeah, he built that himself. But, I told you wouldn't be ready for it when you saw it in person.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Dude, it doesn't even look like the same car anymore.
No.
Whoa, dude.
I made sure the RX8 line stayed the same, but it looks appropriate now.
Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh my lord. Dude, this looks nuts.
It's insane.
Oh my god. Yo, you even did the sunroof?
Oh, of course, drag car with an open hole in the roof. Come on now.
Dude, this is absolutely insane. Oh my god. All right, you walk me through it, because I'm just going to wander around and babble like an idiot. So walk me through it, man.
We'll start at the front, I guess.
All right.
It'll take a second. I've had it for a minute. But so motor I got to throw in the morning, but
Okay.
otherwise the mounts bolt right into the subframe that you had already had in the car before we got it. So that already helped us out a bunch with room. But steering's in there, tube front. Obviously there was stock frame rails, all kinds of nastiness that, you know,
Yeah.
we both were like, nah, let's get rid of that. Smooth firewall, little kind of notched doghouse to fit, you know, you think an inline 4-cylinder would be easy to fit, but not so much oil pan. So anyway, all the holes are filled, chopped any unnecessary things out.
Dude, look at that tunnel, man.
Dude, I can't believe.
Treadstone intercooler was a little bit of a feat to hang off of there.
So-
that thing weighs about, I've scaled it, it's 35 pounds.
Oh my god. All right.
It's no joke.
Backstory on the intercooler. So this is a Treadstone TR 1245-28. And the reason why we went with the bigger one is because Treadstone was back ordered on the 1245, and they're like, we want to upgrade you for nothing. And I was like,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it makes great sense.
Why would I say no?
Why would I say no? So this is a 4-inch core. It's 28 inches wide, and it's ridiculous. I mean, it's the whole length of the front end.
It fit in there good. You know, the cold side, I mean, it's an afternoon for me, but you know, it's a little tight in there. But there's plenty of room to, I mean, you don't have to pie cut it or nothing.
So much room for activities.
Yeah, so much room for activities.
Full tube front, how
Yeah,
sick.
tube front was minimalistic. You know, basically just what it needs and only what it needs. That's what a tube front's supposed to be for, right? So, adjustable coilovers, kind of the budget route for the moment, so we can get the car set up. You know that all, of course. And
Yep.
It's all sitting close to ride height.
And these just, they push in.
Yeah, just push it in. That's it. Like that's it. Hood pin. Yeah, I had to get rid of that stock grill and
Oh my
all that
god,
stuff, but-
dude, this is, you have no idea how many minds this is gonna blow, because it looks, from this angle, it looks like a freaking regular RX8 with the intercooler in the front.
Back end is like, there's, if you confuse that with anything else, I got a couple backhands for you. I mean, come on.
All right, well, let's not talk about it. Let's see it.
So I was literally welding on this thing a few hours ago. Otherwise, I'd have buffed your yellow headlight.
Oh, that's good. It's going to get the full treatment.
So, yeah.
And some paint, you know, it's...
Yeah, paint's a little lacking, but... So full functioning doors still.
What?
You know, I guess it makes it easy to get in there if you had to, but...
Bro. Oh my God.
I guess we're kind of reading the ending of the book a little bit before we get, you know, the actual backstory. But,
yeah.
So full back half, basically from the, this is actually the floorboard of the back seat. Back, we made a 2x3 cross member, 2x3 rails. And this is at more of the beginning stages when we didn't realize this thing was going to be a Mazda Pro Mod. You know, otherwise I'd have just done round tubing. But anyway, no kidding. It really turned out well. It tied in really well. It's all welded into the inner rocker panels underneath. It looks pretty uniform there, but man, there's probably about 40 hours in making that cross member, tying it in, bracing it, and you'll see why in a few minutes. But so the cage is, I mean, you can get in there. It's up as high as you can possibly get it. No kidding, yesterday I was cussing myself welding these up here. And you have like a ½ inch of room to work, so it's fun. But man, the cage turned out amazing. It's all full NHRA spec, 850 cert, so dash bar, stock column mounted, Kirky seat in there. We fitted you
2 years ago.
2 years ago. I still have the paint marks on the floor.
That's awesome.
So, and then a seat brace behind it. We'll show you when we get to the other side.
Sure.
But that's all super secure. But I mean, it's still a pretty much stock car. No kidding.
I can't believe that door still works.
Yeah, I mean, so.
That's sick. Well, that's going to be good for like getting in, maintaining, whatever you got to do.
Probably a lot easier for you when you get to
Look at the tuck on that bad girl. Oh my Atlanta.
I'm not going to lie. I had to roll those fenders. Still stock this way, but the insides are, otherwise you'll shred tires. But
yeah.
It's good to go. The rear bumper.
You shaved the trunk.
The wing.
That's sick.
So, that stock wing is non-functional. It was about 2 inches tall. Not gonna say it, but maybe this thing will end up with a drag wing on the back of it. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah, who knows?
It looks better this way. I thought
I agree.
would make the car stand out to be more of what it is, not it looks RX8 stockish.
Yeah.
But then you look at the bumper and you're like, oh, parachute mount, that kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then
not so RX8.
Yeah. So stock trunk still, I mean, everything. Battery box, fuel cell, it's an 8-gallon. You can do a hike on that. All the exterior sheet metal, when I say, I'm sorry, outside perimeter sheet metal, that's all steel tubs. It's all 24 gauge, I'm sorry, 22 gauge. But anyway, the center is all aluminum. You can't see it through the tinted glass, but full firewall in the back. We'll get there in a sec. Like I said, everything still, still functions as stock, but smooth, of course, parachute mount, movable so you don't take your freaking face off when you're in the car. It's actually removable behind it as well, so you can actually still remove the bumper for paint, whatever. And then doors locked, still stock doors.
Dang.
So that's the fun compartment. Jump in there, man.
Dude.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say you need a removable steering wheel, but other than that,
Yeah, I think I might hit up Motion Race Rich or something.
that'd be dope, man. They make some cool stuff.
Oh.
But this thing should fit you like a glove, like we did before.
Dude.
So great thing about the RX8s is they were made from Mazda really strong because of their, kind of open cockpit design. So there's so much bracing throughout all this structure that it just gives you so much open room to, you know, your butt is no kidding like 4 inches of floor right now. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
4.5.
dude,
but
and
I
I
mean,
have so much headroom for a helmet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the goal, right? You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to be smacking your head on the.
Dude, this feels nuts. Let me bring him in here.
Oh my god, dude, this is
Dude.
insane. Look at those welds.
Like, seriously, Tyler, unreal. Now, I have some buddies that are like real deal welders, like daily grind weld, and they saw your work and they're like, yo, that dude's a real deal.
I try, man. You know, I try to put my best foot forward on everything I do, and I'd rather lose money than a customer be unsatisfied. You know, I mean, we're not really customers in business per se anymore. You know, we're more friends and family, but
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. That treatment's not just for friends and family. Like, I want somebody to enjoy the product I give them. If it's a manifold or if I do a cat delete, I don't really care. Like, I want them to be happy with it regardless.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, I mean, I'll put the extra time in. You know, I can't go broke building somebody's car, but
Yeah.
I'll put the extra hours in. For
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like
so,
the sunroof, man. Like, we never even talked about that, but I was like,
yeah.
obviously you can't have a drag car with a 40 square foot hole in the roof.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that got knocked out like 2 days ago.
It's
and-
aerodynamic.
Aerodynamic. It gives me an AC when I'm going down the track.
Right? Yeah.
So one thing I want to point out to everybody is that I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but the way he set this up ergonomically is great. I have so much leg room to where I can really put the pedal where I want it, and I have full visibility in front of me. Like, it's ridiculous, and I'm not like terribly tight to the bar. Like, it's very, very comfortable. I mean, I'm gonna be pretty much locked in when the time comes, but we gotta get rid of the steering wheel.
Yeah, man, I want to rip it up so bad.
You don't want the
but,
paddle shifters?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't know if you were going to do something fancy with the paddles or not, but.
We could with that 6R80.
Yeah, with the automatic, you can do all kinds of.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll deal with the steering wheel later. That's the least of my worries. But the fitment of everything is outstanding. Like, you utilized everything to your advantage, and it shows. Like, everything is
Yeah, every car.
the way I would want it and more. And everything's tied in like perfectly. Dude, so sick.
Yeah, she's gonna be a stiff girl. Yeah, wait till you.
I'm
jump
a
out of
stiff
there.
guy.
And
Let's watch you try and get out now.
Yeah.
yeah, that's where the quick release really comes in. Oh, yeah, you're just lucky you don't have a funny car cage yet. 'Cause,
Yeah. Keyword, guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. These race cars are never done.
Yeah.
But you're gonna need the light for this one. But go ahead and crawl your butt down there.
All right.
And look at all
You
that.
guys have seen pictures of this on Instagram. And if you don't follow on Instagram, that's where you get all the sneak peeks in our Facebook page. But I've been posting shots of this stuff all along the way, and this is like the culmination for me. Oh, would you look at it? Oh my Lanta, dude.
So kind of like jewelry, but not so much. But
Dude, that's
kind of jewelry.
jewelry. We got AFCO shocks on deck and a full Fab 9 rear, custom made in-house. This was not a prefabricated piece. He has probably 50 hours into this housing alone, just in fabrication. If you guys can see, it's a full 4-link suspension, all tied in. Anti-roll bar up top here, all tied in. He's got all the parachute stuff tied in, and all the mounts for the fuel cell, all that stuff. And even, there's a little cutout right there for the fuel.
Oh yeah, come on now. I mean, you gotta get the fittings in there.
So all I gotta do is run lines out that, mount the pumps, and run that stuff to the front. Yo, this is nuts. So, all right, full Fab 9 rear, all right, 4-link, fully adjustable.
Oh yeah.
Benefits to this, what's the purpose behind a Fab 9 housing and doing a 4-link setup the way it is?
Two big things. One, adjustability is your ultimate goal over, like, you know, just say a solid axle 8/8 swap. A lot of guys put them in with ladder bars, different things. 4-link is your go-to adjustability for drag racing. Like,
Right.
it is the ultimate. So Then you add the Ford 9-inch on top of it, especially a Fab 9 versus even like a stock build, is strength. It is, stock housings are just tubes welded to either a cast or stamped housing, center section, and just welded on the ends. This one has 2 levels of bracing on it, welded in like 4 different locations, all made from brand new materials. If you break this in this car, the housing, I would give you every single dollar you've ever mentioned to me in my life. Like, I'd be like, bro, you bought lunch? Oh, dude, I'll owe you back for that.
Yeah.
No kidding. Internals, yeah, everybody can break internals and stuff like that,
Yeah.
axles or whatever. But as far as like the foundation, man, it's the culmination of drag racing these days. Like 4-link, Ford 9-inch. There's guys running, man, what, 3,500 horsepower through those things. Like, granted, that might be a Tim McCamus setup or something really fancy.
Yeah.
Man, well over 1,000 to 1,500 horsepower as it sits all day.
Yeah.
No joke. I mean,
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that for sure. So, full Fab 9. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty of your sheet metal work and the basis of like how you kind of configured everything. Now, is there going to be like, as far as like accessibility goes and the way you fit and finish it for certain ways or what?
Yeah. So, I mean, one thing, there's always time involved. So we'd love to spend time, like it's a SEMA build, of course, and everything. But so the perimeter stuff, do it in steel. Sometimes it gets welded in, sometimes it's just riveted in. This one was kind of unique because it kind of had both aspects, but I wanted to put the aluminum in there for even more weight savings. Another sneak peek for video coming soon is we're going to scale this in the morning.
Oh boy.
And we're going to get a sneak peek on what this thing's really going to weigh and what it's going to do.
So that'll
that's
have
cool.
that'll have motor trans in it, and the motor is just
it'll
a
be
full
mock-up
long
weight basically before you put fuel lines and electrical in it. It'll be within a few hundred pounds, you know, of what you're going to be doing. So I want that, and I know you want it, so we're gonna do it for us. But anyway, so yeah, I kind of start, you know, I like any challenge, I just kind of start kind of thinking my way through it and think about how I'm going to build it. And that's really how I go about every car. Every car is unique, so even the same body car, I've built 5 different ways maybe, you know. So
Right.
I look at everything that way. And yeah, you just start off and things come to you as you go, and maybe you didn't have an idea yesterday, but you got halfway into it, and now you got this really cool idea, and you know, you go on to town with it, you know. And
yeah.
But yeah, as far as this kind of stuff goes, like that center back panel back there, it is lightly riveted in for, you know, taking back out the paint. So like all the center sheet metal comes back out, you know. So
I'd be
when
ready
you
to
guys
go.
get in there to paint, you can pull all the aluminum out, spray everything, rivet it back in, and it looks like I just fabbed it yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, so it still leaves some of that show appearance in there and stuff. And,
Right. Now,
just,
all that stuff, and when I take all that stuff out to paint, that's just basically to get to like where the frame rails and stuff
yeah,
are.
just so you can get the nooks and crannies and where you couldn't normally shove a paint gun if there was a panel there or something like that. But
And
there isn't very much you got to take apart on this thing.
And then underneath, if I wanted to drop like the 4-link stuff, obviously just remember.
yeah, I'll tell you I'll explain to you. So,
Yeah.
because you're going to have to learn how to do it anyway. How easy that drops out. No kidding. I think I can have your motor in and out in like 30 minutes these days. I've had it.
That's motor and trans?
Motor and trans together. I've had out in about 15 minutes.
That is great news. This is all good things I want to hear.
Yeah, 100%. None of that weirdness. You know, I try to think about that when I build stuff. Is like, man, if this is my car, how would I be wanting to work on it?
Right.
Or
Exactly.
How would I go about something? And I take that into account. And yeah, maybe I don't get paid for something, but I do it extra because I want my customer to be happy.
Exactly.
Regardless, you know. But I've been into this build since the beginning. Now, granted, like I wouldn't have come up with this idea. Like this would not have come out of my head. But we got together on it a while back, and this thing has turned into. I mean, everything's cool to me. Like I don't discriminate.
Yeah.
You know? So like, maybe I'm not the import god or anything, but dude, I mean, I don't care what it is. Like I'll give it the respect it deserves. And this thing, dude, I can't wait till next year. Like this is gonna be cool.
Yeah. We're going to have to bring it down for like a cash days or something.
Yeah. Oh, I love cash days. We're on number 4 this year.
Number 4 this year already.
Yeah.
I remember the first one, man.
I don't
That
know
was
if I'll have my truck there or not. But
Yeah.
I'll be out there supporting like I do every year.
absolutely. Get a booth out there. We'll get this thing in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all kinds of crap in booze in past years. Oh,
So-
I mean, you have a Corvette then too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a
Nice
little
and fun
street.
to pull out.
Yeah,
Maybe you have
absolutely.
to borrow a second trailer and come down here and get a little bit more than
Double
that.
decker.
Yeah, no. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then so this is all the stuff over here for the engine.
Oh yeah.
This is the these are the motor mounts and the trans.
Yep.
And then this is the oil pan that he had to kind of notch and refabricate in because of the subframe and just getting everything to clear for clearance wise
Yeah, we
underneath
got
the car.
lucky because the pickup was far enough back that, and it's really good because the Mazda stock pickup's plastic.
Yeah.
So there's not like, oh, I can just weld a different tube on there like you can an old small block, you know, or something.
Yeah.
But so we got lucky there, and it fits in there really well. And this is also done a little extra just to ease for motor taking in and out. So there's like, man, you can stick your hand in there.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
so it wasn't built super tight to where you're like, we painted it, I don't want to put the motor back in because I'm scared.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So believe me,
Gotcha.
it's a race car. You have to think about that in mind. You have to get your hands in places.
Like,
You know.
dang, man, like ridiculous.
Yeah, fabricated tube ends. I love these things. Or fabricated tube mounts. I'm sorry, but you know, nuts welded on the inside to start. Flip it, welded onto the tubing, and you have a permanent mount, and then capped it just for aesthetics, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's 2 bolts for your engine mounts on each side, and then that's it. I mean,
Yeah, and then you got a trans mount.
you
Looks
got
like it's
2 bolts that go through that. That's it.
wow.
This stays attached to the transmission, 2 bolts. It drops down, you know, an inch or so. It's free. So it'll
Ridiculous.
probably take you longer to get your drive shaft out than it will to unbolt.
Great news. What's cool that these guys did is they sourced body panels. When I first got this car, this fender was all smashed and dented up. That fender was all dented up. That door over there had a massive crease like someone tried to open it with a pry bar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So all these miscolored panels, bumpers, the car is obviously originally black. Everything that's miscolored on here was them finding a car donor to put stuff back on it so that when we get it back, we can literally prep it for paint and be ready to rock and roll because we need to make this thing look great because everything else in it looks amazing. So we just need to try to get on par with that.
I mean, just one color would be nice. I'm just saying.
One color.
So if it's shiny, that's
Yeah. Shiny. Yeah. One color is good. Maybe a rattle can, it'll still look better than it does.
I mean, yeah, when you're blowing doors off, it don't really matter what color your car is.
You catch some tail lights.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So so the battery box, is this set up for now do I have to do a push through here?
Yeah, so most normally used switches actually bolt onto the side of your battery box. Your leads come out and connect into them, but the switch can be made to, I set it up to where it'll come right through your tail light, where you can drill it here, so where your trunk will open like normal, and your push rod will just come out. You'll throw your sticker on there.
That's sweet. So
That's
we can
stuff
just
you do in
drill.
your
We can
garage.
just drill right
Yeah.
through.
You line up the switch on the back side with a little push rod. You'll see about it, and you can do it
some
yourself. No
silicone.
problem. Yep.
Around it.
That's-
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you're that
So
worried
sick.
about it, like, yeah, I mean, maybe some of the sheet metal could use some seam sealer and stuff too, but that's kind of more like, you know, if you're overly worried about burnout smoke getting in the car, you know, some people that's annoying, or maybe it may be a little excessive, you know, there's gaps here and there, you know, but that's paint top, you know, stuff. So when you get to the paint process, you just throw some seam sealer in some places and you're good to go.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sunroof panel, I already seam sealed that in because that's important. If somebody forgets that, that thing will get ripped out at the big end. You know,
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
want to deal with that.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
if you get too much air pressure in the car, you'll blow glass out, you know, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, and that's solid too.
Yep. It's riveted in.
Oh, from the underside.
Yeah, and then
Oh, and then
sealed.
seam sealed. Okay, I get
And
it.
then seam sealed is just for the air, you know, so it's complete. Yeah, like there's a little lip here, but
That ain't gonna worry. That
it's
can
not going to do anything to this. But yeah,
dude.
it'll hold up a long time. I thought it would look better smooth than putting any kind of bead. I love my bead roller, by the way.
Yeah, I could tell. And that's the first thing I told Corey. I said, I sent him a picture when you sent me the back end, all sheet metal. Then I said, look at how all the lines go to each other. It's like all your lines like kind of line up to the next one to go up. It's like ridiculous.
I mean, I like it to flow, and I mean, to me, half this is art too. You know, I mean, it's
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, all fabricate. Yeah, fabricators are artists, man. It's really amazing. Like, I can't even believe this day is here. It's crazy. Got the seat mount back
seemed
here.
like it took forever, but the last little bit,
Was like, woo!
yeah. Like here.
Tyler actually, I bought stock in caffeine pills and Red Bull because Tyler is just a giant supporter now because he gets no sleep. But yeah, this is sick. So all we got to do for the parachute is obviously get the rest of the chute, all the laundry portion and the pull cable and all that stuff. But he has it pretty much set up to where we can just start piecing this thing together.
Yeah, mount shifter, run some fuel lines, some electrical, you know, the boost control and
all
stuff.
the nitty gritty stuff.
Yeah, hot side, cold side, that'll come real soon. This car will be ready for final assembly before we know it, and out there making a lick. So
pretty sick.
I'm looking forward to it.
You know what's such a shame? That especially the rear, just the attention to detail with everything, that it's gonna be hidden. Like when it was wide open, it was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then realizing it's gonna be covered in sheet metal, you're
I
like,
know, you almost want to put like Lexan in there just so you can see
yeah,
it.
dude. Like anyone I've shown pictures to, they're like, first of all, what the hell is that? Second of all, that's insane. Like it's crazy. It's like we talked about with the engine when it's brand new, everything's, you know, shiny, and it's a shame it's gonna
Speaking of engine, I just got a video from the engine builder. They had block sleeves already in it, getting cut for the pistons, and going to hone. It's getting assembled next week.
Nice.
So the head's already done, so we're gonna have a motor soon.
I saw the earlier pictures of it, and I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
So sick.
So everything's all, is this prime?
Yeah, all the steel is primed before I riveted it in.
So that it doesn't, like,
yeah, so you don't want the rust on the inside or in between, you know, sections or whatever. But
trying to get you guys good angles in here. Like I said, this is gonna be a long video, so I hope you're enjoying it.
well, it's been a long build, and there's so much we've done. You know, it's man, we can probably talk for 30 more minutes about stuff we've done I've forgotten about already.
Yeah, and I'll catch it along the way once we get to the shop, and I can just sit and stare at it.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, and you'll see things that you haven't even seen yet when you go to put the car together yourself. You know, get your hands in there and really play with everything.
Well, I guess this will be where we finish off the night. Like he said, tomorrow he's gonna actually
Oh,
put
we get this thing out in the sunlight tomorrow.
Yeah.
Motor sitting in it.
motor, trans in it. You guys will get to see that, and then we're gonna load it up and head back and get this into our shop so we can start, you know, moving in on our piece and start getting this thing together so we can make this thing come to life.
Please finish this thing up. I want to see it. I've had it for way too long. Somebody else needs to get this thing going and done, because I thought it was a cool build from I don't know, maybe 3 months after we started out. I mean, roll cages, do a ton of those, but this thing's turned into, like I said, it wouldn't come out of my brain. I'm an old school kind of hot rod guy. That's basically how I grew up in the trade. So, but man, friends and family have opened me up to imports, and you can have the best of both worlds. And it's not about what engine's in it to me, or even who made the car. It's just what you do with it and what you put into it.
Yep,
you know?
exactly,
That's all
dude.
it is. So, man, this thing,
This is
got so much
beyond
love.
my expectations by far.
both of us, man. It
Yeah.
turned out amazing, and I dreamed to always build a car like this for somebody. But not everybody, you know, has the opportunity or the means or whatever. And man, I'm glad that we came together on it, and it turned out I am super stoked.
Yeah,
Super stoked.
You and me both, dude.
Yeah, hell
dude,
yeah.
you killed it. It's absolutely awesome. Well, cool. We'll get back to you guys. You guys will basically see it when the engine and trans are in, and us getting it loaded up to bring old girl home. So, wow. All I can say is wow. I hope you guys are just as impressed as I am. This is absolutely nuts. Corey, what do you think?
Dude,
Ridiculous. We were fangirling about it all the whole way down here. We were fangirling about.
it's insane, man.
All right, we'll see you guys in the morning.
All right, guys. So last night we ended off with showing you guys the car. I can't believe it's done. It's absolutely nuts. But this video is already super long, so I'm gonna end it off here. We're actually on our way back to it. We got some more stuff to show you guys and surprises, but you have to subscribe and stay tuned, because the next video coming out for this is going to be epic, because it's a lot of questions that people have been asking pertaining to the car itself. So we're gonna end it off there. I appreciate you guys watching this. You have no idea how excited we are as a whole team to see this car come to life. But the next episode is gonna be awesome because we get to do some things, like I said, we've been waiting to see, you know, how it's gonna play out. So definitely stay tuned. I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, we will see you later. Peace.